Hi, I'm transferring some records, making MP3s out of them. And not 78ers, I'm transferring some old LPs with jazz music on them. As you see, I've got this Newmark USB record player. Um, it's, well, not that good to listen on, but it's quite alright using it to transfer vinyl records. I showed you some newly found jazz albums the other day, or well, I recorded it a week ago or so. Um, I've actually found. I went back to the same place because I knew that there were more records there that I would find interesting. So I went there today and got some. The one I'm transferring now is this one, New Orleans Sounds in New York, 1924 to 1926, on the well, yeah, I thought it said heroin label, but no, can't be. No, it's Hervin. Look at that. Ooh, we don't like that stereo. So, well, anyway, it's quite a nice record here. It's nice, interesting sides. Buddy Christian's Creole 5. Lots of Buddy Christian. George McLennan's Jazz Devils. I find many of these orchestras very interesting because I've rarely heard of them before, and of course you don't find the original records here in Sweden. Here's an album on the Arcadia label, West Coast Jazz Volume 1, with Spike 7 Pots of Pepper Orchestra, Sonic Lay's Plantation Orchestra, Curtis Mosby and his Dixieland Blue Blowers, Dixie Serenaders. Yeah. Here's another one. Noble Sissle and his sizzling syncopators. I don't know anything about Noble Sissle. I have to check him up on the internet later. Featuring Tommy Ladnier and Sidney Bechet. Well, I've heard of them, so it's on the Classical Jazz Masters label, and that's a Swedish label. So here's a record with a very nice sleeve. Jazz in Harlem, 1926 to 31. Also on the Arcadia label, with Sam Lewis and his Bamville Syncopators, Leroy Tibbs and his Connie's Inn Orchestra, Bennett Swamplanders, Horses Hot 5, Trombone Red and his Blue 6. Well. Collector's Items, Volume 11. I found another one in the Collector's Items series, well, the other week here. L. Harvey Brooks, Quality 4, Kansas City 5, Thomas Morris and his Hot Babies, the California's Poppies, Cab Calloway's Orchestra. Well, that's nice. Cab Calloway. And you see this lovely album design. It's good to have a typewriter. Lots of interesting things to read here, I have to say. I really prefer this than a very flashy sleeve because, well, here you got at least something to read while listening and maybe learn some more. Another record in the historical record series, Jazz Bands, 1926 to 1930, Volume 16. With Ada Brown, Bill Brown and his Brownies, the Chocolate Dandies, Oliver Cobb, Elgar's Creole Orchestra. That's Charles Elgar, not the classical composer. Kentucky Jazz Babies, Hattie Burleson, original Memphis 5. This is quite an interesting double album. Dime Store Dance Bands, with lots of, this is on the Sunbeam label, lots of very rare recordings that you found on these budget labels, like Velvet Tone, Grey Gull, Timely Tunes, Challenge, Broadway, Perfect Banger, Diva, Cameo, Regal, Harmony, Clarion, and so on. So lots of interesting recordings here. White Way Serenaders, Frank Auburn Orchestra. Here's another Arcadia record, The Territories, Volume 2, with George E. Lee and his Novelty Singing Orchestra, Julia Lee with George E. Lee's Novelty Singing Orchestra, Curtis Mosby with King Porter on trumpet, I see here. Okay. Then I had two of the, wait, one moment. Ein Minuten bitte. I had the two volumes here, Chicago in the 20s on the Arcadia label. Volume 1 from 1926 to 28, and Volume 2. So I found both of them, both from Arcadia. Here's a CBS record again. Jazz Odyssey, Volume 1, The Sound of New Orleans, 1917 to 1947. Record 2, so it's Volume 1, Record 2. And this must be from the 1960s, according to the label number here, BFG 62233. But no stereo. Oh yeah, I found Volume 2 of the Cotton Pickers. I bought Volume 1 last time on the, I like this label, Grammophone. And this is a somewhat weird but very appealing issue, IAJRC, which of course stands for International Association of Jazz Record Collectors. This record is called Memphis Kick Up, with Slim Lamar, Mark Britt, Blue Steel. Yeah. And then finally an LP with Lottie Kimsborough and Winston Holmes, 1928 to 1929. According to the cover, it seems to be recordings from the Paramount label, and the Gannett. Is it Gannett or Janet? Well, I don't know. Anyway, this was recorded on the Wolf Records label, which is an Australian, no, not Australian, Austrian label. Alright, some more nice records for the collection. Bye bye.